Welcome back everyone to another NRG, and here we are on the Commodore Amiga with a somewhat classic Pinball Dreams by Digital Solutions, 21st century / associated with Houston. Yes, this is somewhat of a Amiga fanboy's favourite, and quite rightly so in a lot of ways. It's excellently presented, it's got wonderful graphics and even more wonderful sound. The game itself I have my misgivings about, but we'll get into that as we play the tables. Now I'm going to play really badly here so I can get through all 4 tables within a 10-minute period. So that's going to be interesting to just play half blind, but we'll see. I have a lot of people in the comments saying, "Oh, that's how you only can play." No, that's not actually true. I can actually score several million on Nightmare table, and also on the other tables as well, Ignition being the hardest for me. So we'll start with that very said table, Ignition. So each table is themed in a different way, very much like pinball, tables themselves, real physical pinball tables. And this is a spacey theme with appropriately spacey music to go with it. Yes, indeed. And we also have what the other tables are. The Steel Wheel, which is like a western kind of thing. We have the Beatbox, which is like a pop music kind of thing. And then we have the Nightmare, which is the horror table. This is very red, the Ignition table. I believe this is not the most popular amongst the Amiga fans, Pinball Dream fans, Ignition. That's what I've seemed to have gathered from the forums reading about the game. There we go, I did that straight away really well, didn't I? As you can see, it's got really lovely vertical scrolling. The digital scoreboard at the table, I love that touch. The digital scoreboard at the table at the top is really something to add to the game. I think a lot of pinball games should have something like that, because it really sort of gives it a touch of authenticity to things. And the ball physics are, for want of a better word, okay. They're not brilliant. Now, people will laud Pinball Dreams as having excellent ball physics. Now, ball physics they're good. They are good for the most part, but there are times where this bloody ball will do ridiculous things, and you think, how the hell is that physically possible to do something like that? Especially the side traps. My bane of contention of this entire game is the side traps. They are absolutely awful. That's pretty bad. That was awful. But there we go. I was just demonstrating the table. So we'll move on to the next table. Yeah, it's like I say, colourful, lots of bright things going on, plenty of opportunities to score on all the tables, and like I said, it moves lovely. It controls really nice as well. The flippers are very responsive. You've got a tilt control, you've got a degree of control over the lights on the tables as well by using the flippers, and the ball launch as well. It all works pretty well. The thing that, like I said, the thing I really don't like about this is there are a very high degree of luck when it comes to getting big scores. You really got to have lady luck on your side, kissing your feet while you're playing the tables, because especially those side traps, and every table has these side traps that are so annoyingly frustrating. Now sometimes you get a rebound, you cannot do anything about it, and it's just extremely unfair. There is a degree of control and skill, of course there is. You've got to slow the ball up by using the flippers for control. The good thing about a computer simulator pinball table is that obviously the flippers stay up, especially in this version, this Pinball Dreams, and the flippers stay up when you hold the key down, and that doesn't happen in real pinball tables, of course, so it makes things a little bit easier. You've got control over the ball in that sense, but sometimes you can line it up like all the time, absolutely perfect, and you think, the ball just doesn't go where you want it to go, and it's like, that is so frustrating. And there are some places on some boards where it's almost impossible to hit the ball to score. So that adds a degree of frustration to this game, which is infuriating, absolutely infuriating. It's doubly infuriating because this game is extremely addictive. It's got massive replayability. You just want to keep going and keep playing and playing and playing. And I suppose that's why it's lauded as such a great classic. It just brings you back in every time. Oh, just another game, just another game, just another game. 6 hours later, just another game, and that's what you end up doing. No matter how many times you want to headbutt the screen, smash the keyboard to pieces, you want to keep going. You just want to keep going. So that was the beatbox table. Like I said, very poppy music there, and then the Nightmare table. Lots of people say the Nightmare table is their favourite. I personally think the Steel Wheel is my favourite table. The Nightmare table you can score quite high on. We'll finish on the Steel Wheel table. So yeah, on the Nightmare table you can actually score quite high on it. Recently did a competition where we were doing high scores on the Nightmare table, and it is fun, but again, it's so frustrating. Some of the aspects to it. There's a point where you can hit a ball in exactly the same spot, and then you do exactly the same thing, and it doesn't go in exactly the same spot, and you think, why? Why did that not happen? There is something really questionable about certain ball physics sometimes on this, which, like I said, it doesn't get any easier to put up with the frustration. And you want to do a Kevin, you want to do a Kevin the Teenager and go, that's so unfair, because it is. And it's so this one particularly has a sort of like bit where sometimes the ball will hit on the side, and you'll think it will drop down onto your flipper runner, and all of a sudden it just flip out to the side track, to the side trap, no reason at all, and then it's credit over, and you think, what the blithering hell? So frustrating. It's just lucky that it's got excellent music and excellent visuals, and it's presented so bleeding brilliantly. And it's. I love the game. I love the concept of the game. It's one of my favourite games on the Amiga. But I'm not going to forgive it for being so so unforgiving, and so frustrating. Some games, that can be the most frustrating games on earth. Sometimes they can be the people's favourites, and this is one of those games. I personally actually prefer the CPC version, because I think the fact that the CPC version is a little slower actually adds to the game, and you can enjoy it a little more. I'm biased because I'm an Amstrad fan, but I think the CPC version is an absolute triumph in the way it was ported across from the Amiga. I just think because it runs a little slower, and also the table is a little taller as well, it sort of takes the edge off the frustration, off the unfairness sometimes. That's what I like about it. But there's nothing to take away, obviously, from the original. I think the highlight of some of this is obviously we've already mentioned the music. Some of the sound effects are really good as well. Absolutely outstanding sound effects. It's very immersive. It's a very immersive pinball game. A lot of computer pinball games don't have that sort of immersive. They have a little throwaway feel. You play them for about 5 minutes and then you get sick and then you throw it away. This and something like Gottlieb Classics on the PS2 really captivate you. Really do captivate you and keep you going. Keep you want to just that one more time. This is my personal favourite table, the Steel Wheel. I enjoy this table because it's less frustrating for me personally, so I do enjoy it. I like the theme of it as well. I think it's good. It's good fun. There's lots. I said it's good fun. Immediately bloody lost that through the middle, didn't I? But I think it's good fun. It's good fun indeed, and I enjoyed this table a lot. And to be honest, if I could do another challenge, I would like to see a challenge done using the Steel Wheel table as the basis of the challenge. I would enjoy that. And that's really much all I've got to say about Pinball Dreams. It is a fantastic game. There's no two ways about it. It's visually beautiful. It sounds absolutely awesome. It's presented excellently. The way it's organised, it controls wonderfully. You don't really need to add anything to it. I would just have a little bit of a tweak on some of the occasional dodgy ball physics, and the fact that the side traps are just so unfair. If there was like a way to shut them side traps, that'd be kind of cool. But you can't. So alas, that is Pinball Dreams on the Amiga. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Novabug, out. Hey, Novabug here. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please support the channel by liking and commenting, and of course subscribing if you haven't already done. If you would like to support me further, please consider joining my Bug Army via Patreon. And also don't forget to follow me over at Facebook, Twitter, BitChute and Twitch. And a salute to my Bug Army generals Sam M, Sweet Nanak, Pete Walker and Craig Harrison. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Novabug, out.